we're going to talk about National Career Development Month real quick. And really, it's just a space to kind of reflect on career planning and continuous growth. It gives you time to reflect on career aspirations, new opportunities, and engage in career development activities. And it provides people of all ages just time to think about how they can plan effectively for their career. So November is National Career Development Month. National Career Development Week is November 11th through 15th. And then National Career Development Day is November 13th. So just keep those dates in mind. And those are also listed on the National Career Development website as well, if my thing will change. All right, so here is the poetry and art contest theme for this year. You may have seen the flyers already. So it is creating my career path, embracing change in my journey. So really we're asking individuals to think about how they adapt to change, whether it be at work, school, home, or with friends, because as you navigate your career, you change and you develop and you have to navigate new things. And this is based off of the National Career Development theme. Autonomy to change, and this is the theme for their conference next year. So we tried to take a theme that's for the national conference and make it a little bit more appropriate for K through 12 specifically, but then also it works for adults as well. And it's something simple that everybody can participate in. So here's some ways to celebrate. So this is an insert from the article. So have a career day, vehicle day, provide job shadowing opportunities, career vision boards, career dress up days, and then participate in the poetry and art competition. And then this is a screenshot from the National Career Development's website of just a social media toolkit that you can use, some lesson plans that we created last year for last year's theme, which was more about mental wellness. But those can still be tailored into and used as a gateway to introduce this competition to students of different ages. And then some other articles that have been posted as well. And then use technology to assist you with coming up with ideas. AI can help you come up with ideas and then refine them from there. So the poetry and art competition is organized by my committee, and it offers students and adults an opportunity to express their career goals through poetry and art. And then just want to take a moment to shout out South Carolina. Last year, South Carolina had 17 winners at the national level, and approximately 42% were from South Carolina of those national winners. And South Carolina is one of the states that consistently participates and has active participation. So thank you to SCCDA for leading the charge in coordinating that competition at the state level.
Kimmy has already shared with you a little bit about the NCDA information at the national level, and she has shared with you the theme. In this presentation, I have both links to the NCDA page and the brochure, just like Kimmy had for you. I just wanted to address the fact that sometimes we'll get calls both at the national level and at the state level from individuals saying, hey, what in the world does this theme mean? Can you give me some guidance? I'm trying to help someone who is wanting to submit. Well, students oftentimes do ask for guidance, whether they're adult clients or students in the K through 12 or post-secondary system. And so how do we answer those questions about what this theme means? Well, one, career service providers navigate chaos and uncertainty in our own professions. So what types of stories can we share with them to help them understand the same stories that you guys are sharing today about how you've helped family members navigate choosing careers? Those are great stories to share with your clients to help them understand what it means to navigate chaos and uncertainty. But also, what we want to do today is look at some specific individuals who are career development theorists who talk about navigating change and looking at chaos and uncertainty in our lives every day. And so we're going to take a look at John Crumboldt specifically with planned happenstance theory, and also Dr. Jim Bright and Dr. Robert Pryor, who created the chaos theory of careers. Well, first we want to talk about how we teach people to navigate, how we help people learn skills to navigate. One of those things is just helping them to understand how we need to perceive our obstacles. And so, a person who doesn't have the skills to understand how to navigate those obstacles don't have that bridge that helps them connect that learning to those situations. Whereas when we're teaching individuals those self-reliant skills, those perseverance skills, those self-determination skills, they are learning those professional lessons to be able to navigate chaos and uncertainty. So historically, going back a little bit before we're talking about career theorists, we also have Dr. Carl Jung in the 20s talked about synchronicity and life's impacts on us. So all of the stories that you guys have shared today were stories of how you personally have helped to impact the lives of individuals around you. And we talk about coincidences in time that may appear meaningful, related, yet they might lack some discoverable causal connections. And they sometimes appear to go beyond coincidence. When we teach theory and theorists, that really is one of my favorite chapters to teach in the FCD course because it is the absolute foundation of how we provide services to the clients that we serve. And so, these theories are constantly evolving as new information becomes available. For instance, today, after we finish this, I'm going to think of probably 6 ways that I could have made my presentation just a little bit better. And so theorists are exactly the same. They're constantly changing to adapt to things. But this planned happenstance theory and the theory of social learning just talks about career planning methods that look past linear pathways and predictable outcomes. They suggest that we are actively influencing people by taking part of unplanned events and unplanned opportunities. What we want to encourage people to do is look past that ladder and look at the lattice, Lattice, where many things come together from all different places to create this beautiful tapestry that is our career. So as we move into our next theory, we want to talk about the chaos theory of careers. And the CTC, as we'll call it, is a model of career development that emphasizes the idea that life and careers are unpredictable and they're uncontrollable. We don't know where we're going to be at the end of this sentence is one thing that Jim Wright likes to say. How can we ask people to look 10 years, 15 years, 5 years into the future? But that is exactly what we ask every person to do when we're working with them, helping to develop a career trajectory for them. So in 2003, Robert Pryor and Jim Bright began looking at this as an alternative to systems of thinking about theory and how we look at career theory. And so they began to look at change, chance, complexity, constructivism, and all those factors that influence career development, along with some stable factors like personality and your ability. And then they started looking at the theory as it relates to small events that can have large impact, maybe even making 100% predictability on impracticability and impossibilities. And then what they wanted to make sure that people understood in developing this is the name addresses a system and pattern, not necessarily disorder. That complexity actually begets uncertainty, and possibilities and probabilities have something to do with each other. And so we're not looking at chaos as, oh my goodness, everything's falling apart and there's no beginning or end to all of this, but rather mathematically looking at chaos. And